Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Give it one more second and then we'll get started. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. All right. Okay, in the sake of time, we're going to jump right in. Good morning, everybody. I want to welcome today's presentation. It is using Blackboard to navigate Hyflex in the classroom. Today's presenter, we have Dr. Roshana Jafari. She is coming to us from El Paso Community College. Just a quick little snapshot of her. She has 25 years of experience doing research, teaching, and I'm missing things, but specifically in biology, the biomedical field. She's taught in various countries and has over 10 years experience teaching in the United States, both online and face-to-face. So we have a very knowledgeable person to join us and let them know some best practices for you. Some housekeeping real quick. Please keep all questions in the chat to the right. We're going to try and get some time at the end, about 5 minutes, hopefully, to answer any questions you have. So please put all your questions there and know that we will get to at the end. Also, we will be sharing slides after today's presentation, so you can always go back and reference it. And of course, sorry, making sure there's nothing else. I think that's it. Captions, we will also provide for you today. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it off to Dr. Jafari.
Thank you very much, Leslie, for a beautiful introduction. Good morning, everyone, and I'm glad for you joining this session. As Leslie said, my name is Roshana Jafari, and I'm Assistant Professor of Biology in El Paso Community College at El Paso, Texas, and I'm going to talk about using Blackboard to navigate Hyflex in my classroom. During this presentation, I am going to cover these topics. The problem that we had, and the problem is the need of having adaptive courses during these unprecedented times that we have, managing classes while we are maintaining the social distancing in fall 2021. And the solution that to me was Hyflex course design and the Hyflex experience, how to implement and manage the Hyflex. And finally, we will have the questions and answers. This was the problem, at least to me, and of course to many other faculty and schools, how to handle classes post-pandemic. Of course, post-pandemic protocol in many schools and in my school is maintaining the social distancing when we are back in school, and we are right now in the school. The problem was that to maintain the social distancing, the classroom were assigned a specific capacity, and this decreased the real capacity of the class. So we have more enrollment in compared with the class capacity, and we could just accommodate a particular percentage of the students in one class. So what should we do? We needed more ways of access to the classes for students. That was the problem. Now, finding the solution. We know the three main delivery course delivery modalities. And I'm not going to explain all of these three modalities, just the points that differentiate each of them from the other. The face-to-face, the most traditional one that we all know about it, students will be attending in person, and it allows a lot of live interaction. Online synchronous, that the students will be watching while the instructor is teaching simultaneously. and online asynchronous, which is based on the coursework, and everything is uploaded. The course content is available on the LMS for us Blackboard, and students will be reviewing, watching, practicing, and working with the materials, and they will be doing the activities, assessments on their own time online. So what can we do? Can we combine? Can we have a modality which includes all of these? Yes, that is the solution. Hyflex or hybrid flexible. The Hyflex modality is doing that. In a Hyflex model, the instructor will teach a class in 3 modalities simultaneously: face-to-face, online synchronous, and online asynchronous. And students, on the other hand, have the capability and flexibility of moving across all 3 modalities as desired or needed. In this slide, you can put everything together to see what the Hyflex is. It gives the students the freedom to study when and where, the conditions which is fit for them, based on their own needs, based on their own desires and preferences. And the students can choose to take the class online, in person, or both. Materials will be provided in both online and traditional modes and formats. So this gives the students the possibility to choose what modality they want to attend based on their schedule, based on the choice, and based on their selection. So Hyflex classes combine elements of both online and classroom-based learning to take the hybrid courses to a very high and new level of flexibility. So as you see in this picture, the Hyflex model promises and holds the potential of maximizing the opportunity of students to participate in face-to-face class while we are maintaining the social distancing. A group of students are able to attend in person, while the others are not eliminated. They can attend synchronously or asynchronously. This model and modality give us the ability to be adaptive during this situation that we have, to be flexible, to change the modality whenever it is necessary for unforeseen circumstances. And if we get a chance at the end, I will explain about some of these experiences that we had during this semester. Hyflex classes Hyflex class makes the class meetings and materials available to the students online, in person, during or after class sessions. And all students in Hyflex will achieve the same learning objectives regardless of the path that they have chosen and they have taken. Remembering that the Hyflex is a modality. It's not a technology. We use the technology to implement the Hyflex, but itself is a modality, is a new modality with high flexibility to give advantages to students and faculty. For the students, I mentioned they have ability to choose to attend the class sessions either face-to-face, online synchronous, or online asynchronous. They can move among these available modalities. They can choose to attend this week in person, the other week or the other day face-to-face, online synchronous or asynchronous. They can choose the modality based on the content, based on the materials. If they think materials are difficult for them to review them online, they are able to attend face to face. This model is suitable for the students who commute long distances, and they need to have a balanced schedule between their work and their family responsibilities with their education. So it gives them that flexibility and that possibility to attend in the mode that is suitable for them. What about the faculty? Yes, there are some advantages for faculty. The first one is ability to serve more students with the same resources, time, instructional materials, assessment, and discussions and everything. Developing expertise and experience for teaching online without having to quit the classroom instructions while you are teaching in class, you are developing these experiences online as well as the faculty. And again, providing a built-in alternative when classroom instructions is not possible. When you have unforeseen circumstances and cannot attend the class, when you have to go to a seminar or conference and you cannot teach in class, when you have some scheduling conflicts, you have to attend a meeting or something that you have to, then you can still run the class. And this won't cause any interruption of the instructions and teaching. How to implement Hyflex? We need, for the best situation, to have an equipped class with the video cameras and microphones. Remember that this is the best condition, but I started without having this. Alternatively, you may use portable camera and microphones. You may use your own device, your laptop, which has the camera and the microphone. And I did this at the beginning, and now my classes are equipped with the cameras and microphones that can be adjustable and can follow the instructor or the students. The next thing that you need, a video conferencing capabilities. You may use any video conferencing tool. I use Blackboard Collaborate because my LMS is Blackboard, and I easily ask students to join the Blackboard Collaborate course room when I am teaching in class simultaneously. The tools which are able to engage the students for the stimulation of interacting with in class and distance simultaneously. So we need to have these tools, and finally, or maybe the core of all of these, having LMS for us, Blackboard. What are the preparations for a successful Hyflex implementation? First, you need to create a Blackboard course in advance, an online course, a complete online course with all the materials, interactive assessment, assignments in advance. Then you need to let the students know about the Hyflex in syllabus, Blackboard announcements, and clarify everything for them. I use Blackboard Collaborate course room as the video conferencing tool. You may use anything that you are comfortable with. Before starting the semester, we have to familiarize ourselves with the technology of our classroom to see what the projector is, microphones, audio, adjusting camera are available or not, or we want to use our device, how to connect it, where my position in class should be to cover both in-person students and synchronous online students. Will you need to stay close to the to your laptop or to the podium, and the way that your remote students can hear you and can see you, and making sure that the students are provided with the links, access codes for the interactive tool that you are going to use, and that interactive tool is going to be effective for in-person and distance students at the same time. So in my Hyflex class, I am doing this when I go to the class. I first log into the computer, my computer or class computer. At this point, I use my laptop. I will make sure that I have internet connection. I use wired internet connection in class to prevent interruption. I don't use Wi-Fi. I use cable and connect that cable to my laptop. I will make sure of the connection to the projector. I use HDMI cable and connect it to my laptop. I log into Blackboard and select the course that I am going to teach. My students are in class and I am doing all these. I join Blackboard Collaborate course room to include the synchronous students in the class. I select the camera and audio option for Blackboard Collaborate to make sure I am able to project the Blackboard Collaborate on the screen of the class, so in-person students can see that. I open browser as the primary monitor to project Collaborate onto the classroom screen, and I activate my interactive tool. Here I use classroom polling system. I click here, I join to that, I log into that, and I ask students to join that, and I start my session while I am recording. So this way I include in-person students, distance students, record the session for asynchronous online usage. Of course, engaging the students in any class is important, the same way in Hyflex course. This is one of the core values in any modality, to promote the active learning by engaging the students. But in Hyflex course, the tool that you will use should engage all students, the in-class students, in-person students, and the remote learners simultaneously, and making sure that we engage both of them equally in sessions and class sessions activities. You need to have building activities that can create a motivation and sense of belongings, no matter a student is in the class or joining from the distance. We can use live polls, collaborative documents like interactive PowerPoints, or anything that you are comfortable and it is suitable in your class to give in-person and synchronous remote students easy and quick ways to express themselves and to work collectively. I have included some pictures of my in-person class at the top, and live polls that we use for engaging students, and students are responding to this question using their own digital devices, including the cell phones, tablets, laptops. And as you see, because of using this tool, all students can join. It doesn't matter they are in the class or they are in distance, and they are joining synchronous online. So I will explain about 4 core values which can inform the Hyflex courses, and I have borrowed this from Dr. Brian Beatty from San Francisco State University, and he has mentioned in his book, he is one of the pioneers, he is one of the founders of the Hyflex. These are the 4 core values which are important in Hyflex. First of all, I mentioned this, it's learner choice. The course provides alternative participation modes, in person, online synchronous, and online asynchronous. And students can join based on their choice or desire. Equivalence, that is greatly important, that even though these modes are not equal themselves or different themselves, but they have to provide the equivalent learning outcomes, and all students, no matter they join in-person, online synchronous, or online asynchronous, have to get the same learning objectives. And reusability. We need to make sure that whatever we use in in-person class or online, it will be available to the students later equally. The representations of the in-class activities, like recordings, discussions, are uploaded on Blackboard online for all students. The activities which are on Blackboard, like the assignments, like the asynchronous discussions, posted files, are there, and are going to support all students, in person and remote students. And finally, accessibility, making sure that all of our students are equipped with all the technological resources and skills to access all participation modes equally. For the online parts, of course, we need to follow the universal design for learning principles. I will finish my presentation with a student's comment. This is what one of my students has written. This note explains exactly how I have used this modality in my class, and how students are satisfied with that. She started at El Paso Community College, has gone above and beyond during the pandemic in making sure courses were offered with safety and flexibility in mind. EPCC offers online and hybrid courses. She means this hybrid flexible Hyflex that allows individuals like me to have the capabilities to attend class in person as well as online. Our current class model offers students the ability to attend in-person class within a socially distant and small group environment. We are divided into 2 groups, A and B. One week, Group A will be meeting in person, while Group B will be attending class virtually, and she means online synchronous. The following week, Group B will be in person and Group A will be virtual. Both groups interact together by utilizing tools such as iClicker. During class, our professor will be going through the lecture materials and will ask us all to log into iClicker. Then the professor will ask the class a question regarding something we learned in the previous class or a topic that we discussed just moments ago. This tool keeps students engaged to focus on what the professor is discussing. Even if the student doesn't answer correctly, the professor will discuss the right answer along with the reason to why the answer was right. This method allows students to fully understand questions and provides them with a reiteration to retain the materials. And this is the whole thing about the Hyflex. Also, with our current situation, this is constantly changing, especially in this pandemic. The current course model gives students the flexibility of not attending in-person class if exposed to COVID, a family emergency, or any unforeseeable event that causes a student not to attend in person. This course model allows the students to let life happen with the ability to have the flexibility to attend virtually. It doesn't punish students and instead encourages them to attend. And I think this is the best feedback that I could get from implementing this class. And with that, we reach to the last slide to see if you have any questions. Thank you for listening to me. I'm ready to answer the questions if there is any questions. Hello? Do you have any questions?
There we are. Hi, sorry. Okay, couple quick questions. Thanks everyone for your patience. Thank you so much, Dr. Jafari. We do have a couple questions. We're not going to probably get to all of them, so I'm just going to try and highlight some quick ones that kept coming up. First of all, do you have anyone in the class helping you monitor chat or monitor the online students while you're teaching in a hybrid, or is it just you? That came up a couple of times.
I have experienced this just by myself, but I know the optimal condition will be having a helper to take care of that. I have resolved this by listening to the sounds, and my students join through the Blackboard Collaborate, and I have asked them to raise their hands if they have any questions, because I see my PowerPoint or my presentation when I'm sharing that. So I'm familiar with those sounds. When they raise their hands, I go to the video conferencing tool to Blackboard Collaborate, and I answer their questions. I just ask them to turn on their microphone and ask their questions while still I am projecting my PowerPoint slides or my presentation in class.
Another question that came up, and I'm going to try and word this to cover a few different things. When you have Hyflex, does it matter how students are attending? So let's say they signed up to be face-to-face, but decide to join virtual last minute. Does that affect, take someone's spot from doing face-to-face or anything like that?
Here was the problem. All these students had registered as face-to-face class, as a face-to-face class. But the problem was we were not able to accommodate all of them at once in one class. So I have chosen Hyflex to include the groups which cannot join the class. When it is settled, you will see who is going to join the class, who is going to join online. But at the beginning, I managed this. As the student mentioned in the comment, I used the Blackboard group tool. I divided them into two groups, A and B. I defined those groups so that when they go to Blackboard, they know that group should join week 1, 3, 5, 7 by the end of the semester, what weeks they are supposed to join in person and alternatively online. So they all have the equal attendance synchronous online and in person. So when they learned this and it got settled, I found some students that needed to be just in person. It's okay. A few of them wanted to join in person while they had access to the online asynchronous. They have access to whole thing on Blackboard, but they prefer to join in person. So a few of them are just coming with two groups in person. Some of them prefer to join all of the classes when it is settled. Some of them join just synchronous online, and a few of them asynchronous online. But we have provided them with different modalities since they have been enrolled as in-person students. But now it's their choice. And it has covered all of their needs and problems. Somebody writing to me, my daughter is sick. Can I join synchronous online today? I am supposed to be in person in class. And I say, of course, it doesn't eliminate this student. And I can explain one important circumstances that we had last week. Myself and 4 of my students were exposed to a person which was COVID positive, okay? Based on the protocols, we couldn't attend class. I couldn't go in person. My students, those 4 students couldn't until we get our PCR negative to be able to go. And still I am in that quarantine right now, self-quarantine at home. But there was no interruption in my classes, and I could run the class synchronous online. Asked all the students, people, this week, because of some problem and unforeseen circumstances, you need to join the class, all of you, even you were supposed to be in person, online, synchronous. And from next week, because I got my negative COVID test, I will continue. So this may happen to instructor and to the students both, and having this modality, Hyflex, will cause to continue. No interruption. So it can be, this modality has been created to give the students choice. But right now we can use it perfectly for the current situation to handle the things. Imagine, God forbid, we have another lockdown, okay? It works. The class won't stop. It continues. So, and I enjoy this modality. I tried it for the first time this semester, and it worked perfectly. And I did it with minimum possibilities. And
Absolutely.
then we are adding more equipments and more experience to it.
Okay, I'm going to try and squeeze in one. We have like probably 30 seconds. So I'm going to try and get in one more quick question. So it'll be fast. Thank you everyone for joining. The recording will be available to you throughout November in case you want to come back. So one last quick question. We'll go with this one. What are your favorite polling tools? That's one we could probably do quick. Do you have any preferred polling tools that you use?
I myself, it depends the subject that you are teaching. I teach the subject which is very rigorous. I need to interact with the students constantly in the class. They need to retain the materials. I usually use iClicker Cloud.
Perfect. Okay, I think we're right at time. I know everyone still has a lot of great questions. Again, please reach out to Dr. Jabari throughout the week or throughout the day, excuse me, maybe not throughout the week, but the recording will be available to you. We want to thank everyone for attending in your time today. And thank you so much, Dr. Jabari, for joining us and giving us such great insights. But we hope to see you in other sessions throughout the day. Please keep reaching out to everybody on the dashboard through messaging and other aspects. We can certainly keep communicating that way. So thank you again, everybody, for joining us. And thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Leslie. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.